Welcome back to the Imani Forrester channel. As you know, Imani Forrester is the author of 30 Reasons Why Men Deserve Nothing, which you can find in the description box below.
Hey all, I'm Shanice, and today I came across some really interesting Reddit posts. There were so many that I cannot fit them into this single video. The amount of posts that follow this exact same pattern is pretty crazy, but yeah, they all point to something that we've all known. These males, especially the incel and red pill types, are jealous of women. And I'm talking posts that date all the way back to like a decade ago, up to just a few months ago. Some of them are confessional, some of them are from women who have picked up on the pattern. Others are from males asking other males if they feel the same. And what's wild is how glaringly obvious it's becoming, just how jealous these males are of the physical attention that women receive, even when it's unwanted. And I say physical attention because I'm not trying to trigger YouTube censors, but you all know exactly what I mean. In these posts, males are basically complaining that they don't get any of the attention that women receive just by existing, that they don't get validated physically, they don't get the kind of attention from women that like males give to women naturally, and it makes them really, really jealous. Okay, so this post comes from the R Too Afraid to Ask subreddit by Valuable Owl, who asks, are males jealous of the sexual attention women get? I find it fascinating how males always talk about how easy it is for women to get a partner or have sex, while males struggle for it. Too bad most women don't like attention from males, but is it true? And Marlona Ranges says, yes, most males will never get the validation of being asked out, complimented, chased, etc. In my younger days, I had a fair amount of partners, but all moves were made by me in nearly every case. Wiggy says, yeah, I've only had other males come on to me, and while it was flattering, it made me kind of feel worse. And y'all need to see this one. Untrustworthy Fart says, a little bit, yeah, I'm a regular 35-year-old dude, and I feel so completely undesired sometimes. And then this guy comes back and says, I'm a regular 28-year-old dude, and I feel undesired constantly. I wonder what makes you feel desired sometimes. And then he comes back and says, my wife makes me feel desired sometimes. I don't take it for granted, but it's not the same as random validation, like somebody desiring me for no other reason than they think I'm attractive. Can we just pause for the cause here and look at how it's males who desire to be validated outside of their relationship? The same thing that they accuse women of. This is what they want. They want to have their wife at home, and they want to have a bunch of women chasing after them outside of their relationship. But these same dudes will tell women, my validation should be enough. And I'm not going to say that it's wrong for him to want to be validated. All human beings want to feel validated. But the issue arises with these double standards. And we know that if it were naturally males who got more attention, they would say, that's just how it is. Facts don't care about your feelings. Cass says, as a gay male, I think a lot of straight males have no idea how attractive they are because nobody gives them any clue that they are. It's sad, really. Males are so hot they need compliments too. Oh, and as a gay male, I do actually get compliments because gay males are very obvious in their flirting. And I honestly don't get tired of it ever. If I'm ever not interested, I decline. And if they continue, I make clear boundaries. Still feels good to get the attention. Okay, and that's kind of the point. If males want the kind of attention that males give to women, they need to seek it out from each other. And that's not an insult. This is structural. Males are socialized and biologically primed to pursue sex, not to be pursued. That dynamic where one chases and the other receives, it's not just cultural, it's reinforced across different species. Humans just make it kind of messier. Women don't just choose not to approach males. We're conditioned not to, for survival physically, but also socially, complimenting males and flirting with them and engaging with a bunch of males. At best, we get labeled easy and a bop and desperate and low value and a 304 and a SLUT, right? Socially, there's no benefit. None. If anything, it costs us. When we're seen as overly friendly with males, we're not respected for it. We're devalued. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't flirt or have fun if that's your vibe. I personally don't judge women for that, but we do know how the world judges us. And for our best interest, we have to honestly ask ourselves, what are we getting out of it? Because let's be real, if he's the only one benefiting it, getting attention and getting the ego boost and validation and being propositioned for casual smacks, and it's costing us, he better damn well be giving you something. Males are transactional as hell, especially with women. So why are we giving them anything for free, especially in this climate? And then there's the aspect that male entitlement to female attention exists right alongside male contempt for the women who give it. We see how they categorize us. She's easy. She must be desperate. She's low value, right? They will literally punish a woman for showing interest. And that's the paradox. Males will complain that women don't pursue, but the second that a woman does, then she drops in value in their eyes and becomes disposable. Meanwhile, males give each other the exact same attention that they claim they want from women, compliments and desire and praise and pursuit. And why is that? Because there's more safety there. There's a level playing field. There's less of a power imbalance. There's more empathy. There's less risk. There's no misogyny. So it's not surprising that when gay males report more sexual attention and reciprocity in their dating pool, it's not like orientation alone. It's about power symmetry and safety and who's allowed to want without being punished for it. Until straight males confront that paradox, they're going to keep asking, why don't women approach us? And they're never going to look in the mirror. Clear example, Recaband says, yeah, it would be nice for once if the roles were reversed. And OP has to come back and say, if you want that to happen, maybe stop sloot shaming. And Recaband says, you don't know me. And obviously, OP was speaking in generalities. They say, yes, but I do know that other males do it a lot online. Maybe you could step up. And he comes back and says, I'm so confused. He's acting remedial. I don't sloot shame, but do sloot shame online? I don't want to sloot shame. And then OP has to say, when I said step up, I meant stand up for the girl being sloot shamed and hold the sloot shamers accountable. Guess what he said to that? And if you guessed nothing, you're right, because most males don't give a fuck about how women are treated. And he'd probably call himself one of the good ones. Billy says, I'm not just jealous of the attention women get, I'm jealous of gay males too. I went to a gay bar with some friends once, and I got more romantic attention on that night than I have from women in the entire rest of my life combined. I'm 45, as if he's entitled to, women's attention. This guy says, my trip to the toilet at a gay bar got me more attention than I got my entire life. This guy says, I think that's specifically because it's a meeting place for gay males. I imagine if one doesn't go there, it's much harder to find a partner. And Billy says, it's still a major advantage for them that a place like that exists at all. King KTP says, yeah, yes, we are. Unless you fit a specific look, you'll probably never get a compliment. Sandgrease says, yes, most of us are starved of any attention, let alone attention that could make us feel good about ourselves or wanted. I know women are getting way too much of it, but males basically get none of it. No middle ground. So bitter. Evader of Doom says, yes, most males would love to be sexually wanted by women. This male says, to a person dying of thirst in a desert, someone lost at sea has it easy. I think a lot of males see how much attention women get and compare it to how little attention males get and decide that women have it easier. I went to a gay bar with my roommate and got hit on more in one night than my entire life combined up until that point. It was a huge ego boost, but at the same time, guy after guy kept on coming up to me, saying whatever he thought he needed to in order to turn a straight guy bi. It was weird. Some were charming, some were begging, some tried to be super alpha, some bought drinks. Again, the attention felt amazing because I'd never experienced anything like that, but at the same time, it all felt very fake and shallow. I recognized the same type of game that my straight friends and I would try with women. So while they were telling me how attractive I was and how cool I was for going to a gay bar with my gay roommate when I was straight, I knew that they were saying that because they wanted something. And that's the other side of the coin. The Copper 21 says, yes, males like attention too. They want to hear how good they look today or want to feel women yearning for them. You can't imagine the exhausting effort a mediocre man has to go through to get laid. The part that makes me more jealous is actually the fact that attractive women can make money with their looks and bodies so easily. Even very attractive males rarely reach the same level because they're not going for the right audience. You're not going to get that money from women. You can get it if you cater to males. But also, at the same time, it's like, see all of those males who are mad at the OnlyFriends models and the IG models. They're just jealous because they can't do it. And we've seen those trends on TikTok with the street interviews. What would you do if you were a woman for a day? Half those men said that they would start an OnlyFriends, and the other half immediately said that they would start going to bars, getting free drinks, and looking for a sugar daddy. So again, don't let males shame you out of using whatever advantages that you have in this life to make easier money as a woman. Because every other part of this society is already working against us, especially when it comes to making money. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to eat. And the only reason why they're mad is because they can't do it themselves. If they could profit the way that you do, they would be the first ones lining up. As women, we live in an unfair world, and we do not owe it our obedience. We don't have to play fair. They don't, and neither should you. Okay, so this was an interesting comment, so I want to read it for y'all. Coronaventure says, most women don't place the same importance on appearance as most males do. A lot more goes into what makes a male attractive to a woman. For males, appearance and sexuality are tied together. If someone isn't sexually attractive to you, they are sexually unattractive, and there's no neutral. For women, though, there is a middle zone. Most males are not innately sexually attractive to most women. Most males fall within the middle zone, where they become sexually attractive once a bond is built. It's an unfortunate reality because it frustrates straight males and straight women alike. Women get frustrated that a male only wants to talk to her because he wants to F her, because we do not understand how male sexuality works. Males get frustrated that women only find the top, say, 30% of males to be attractive because they do not understand how female sexuality works. And then she says, I wish there was an easier remedy, but there's not. And just on a whole, I just think it's because women tend to be less shallow than males, and we're looking for far more qualities beyond the physical because we have to, because literally your safety you're putting at risk, and just like there's so many other aspects that we have to consider because we are the ones taking the most risk. And it's more of the same with all the rest of these comments. I'm going to let you pause to read. But yeah, as she said, when these males are sending unsolicited photos to you, this is what they're trying to do. They want to get a reaction. They want you to pay attention to them. And I know that y'all have heard that before. It's not new. I didn't make it up, obviously. But that's why it's called paying attention. Attention is a form of currency, and current in energetic terms is a flow of energy, a flow of power. And that is the power that they crave. The way that Dr. Natalie Jones broke it down was so interesting. And honestly, it just confirms what we already know. Don't give to a male needlessly. But also that women, we have a natural magnetism to us. We have a natural gravitational pull towards us, not in the corny red pill, divine feminine, divine masculine way, where they've rebranded femininity as being demure and submissive. And what I mean is real creative and real manifesting power, real energy to draw things that we want to ourselves, or even things that you don't want if you're not using it properly. But it's in the way that we manifest, in the way that we draw things to us, in the way that we attract abundance, in the way that we draw attention without even trying. These males are drawn to us. They come to us. We don't got to chase them. They show up wherever the F we are, even on this channel. The ones that try to argue back and forth, it's like, why are you even here, sir? You were in the comments complaining, knowing that this channel was not made for you. But that's the thing. That's the thing about feminine energy. And what's really funny is that when you look at red pill spaces, when you look at these males talking to each other, they will literally say, women feed off of attention. That's why we gotta stop women from attention. Y'all gotta stop liking their pictures on Instagram. Y'all need to stop following them. Y'all need to stop subscribing to their OnlyFans. Y'all need to stop paying them. Stop simping. Stop giving them compliments. And it's all projection. They are the ones who feel starved. They feel starved of attention. They feel starved of power. And so they want to bring you down to where they are. That's all it is. In their minds, attention is power. And if they cut that off, they think that they're leveling the playing field. They want to neutralize the perceived power imbalance between males and women. But what they don't get is our power isn't external, it's internal. But yeah, that's why an insecure dude will get with a baddie and he will tell her to stop posting. He will demand that she takes down her social media. He'll start saying stuff like, you don't need all that makeup. I like you natural. I don't like you wearing lashes. I don't like you doing your hair. You don't need to get your nails done. You don't need to dress how you used to. He wants to dress you down. And he thinks that will cause you to get less attention and amputate you from your source of power. And they can't actually do it. It doesn't work because whatever power lives within us, our sexual energy is our creative energy. It is the same thing, and they cannot stop us from tapping in to our source creative energy to recreate ourselves. They cannot do that. They externalize everything. They think that it's attention, but it's not. That is not, the external is not where our power originates. That's only a byproduct of whatever's within. And that's why even with all of these trends, and there's been a new one every other week where males will try to drain women of our energy, have us out here looking tore the fuck up. Y'all remember those trends? Every time I want to be in a relationship, I remember how the last one had me looking, and then me and the boy who traumatized me, and what do you mean he drained the life out of me? But just know that when they try to make you look unappealing to the next person, and when they're trying to dim your light so others won't give you what they perceive as attention, just know that what they are really trying to do is disempower you. They want to make you seem less magnetic on the outside. Not because they want you to focus on us. Let's just focus on the relationship. I just love you, natural. It's because he wants to feel more powerful inside the relationship. And to do that, he feels like he needs to level the playing field, even though it doesn't work and it's a futile effort. He's going to try it anyway, if he's jealous of you. And in those situations, he wants you to feel like him. He wants you to suffer the way that he suffers. He wants to turn you into him, disempowered and repulsive. And obviously, this doesn't apply to genuinely good partners. And it's fine to have boundaries you both agree upon within the relationship. But if it's something like he's telling you to shut down your social media, yet his social media is still up, or he's making it so that you have no time for self-care and you can't maintain yourself, or he doesn't want you to be growing your personal brand anymore, Like, just make sure that your partner doesn't see himself as being in competition with you. Like, if somebody's content is making you uncomfortable or making you upset and it's turning you into an angry bird, you don't need to watch it. You should probably just unfollow them. Maybe they don't even want you watching their stories. Maybe they think you're creepy. Maybe you shouldn't be watching them and you should focus on your own life. So I actually agree with this guy. He didn't have to cuss and get all worked up and get veins popping all over his neck and his forehead. But I agree with him. Don't follow people who make you uncomfortable and who you don't even like. You don't have to follow them. Just click unsubscribe. Sidebar, but I think it's really interesting the way that he just admitted, like out of his mouth, that he has a scarcity mindset. Like, watch the way that these males speak. They tell on themselves all the time. He literally said, my validation is scarce. He has a scarcity mentality. It's really interesting. Let these dudes speak and they will tell you everything that you need to know.